Top 5 war stories you were never supposed to hear. These stories sound like fiction, but they're real. Covered in dirt, written in blood, and nearly erased from history. From a fake army of ghosts to a boy who went to war before his voice changed, these 5 war stories will shock you. And number 1, it might be the most human moment ever captured in war. If you believe forgotten heroes deserve a voice, hit that subscribe button. We're keeping their stories alive. Note 5, the pilot who refused to kill. December 1943, a B-17 bomber limps through German skies, torn apart by flak. The fuselage is shredded. The tail gunner is dead. The engines are failing. Inside, American airmen are bleeding, panicking, and praying. Out of nowhere, a sleek German fighter pulls up beside them. His guns are armed. He has every reason to fire. But the pilot, Franz Stigler, sees the terror on their faces and remembers his brother killed earlier in the war. He can't do it. He won't. Instead, he makes a bold choice, flying in tight formation beside the bomber, shielding it from German anti-aircraft fire. He escorts them out of enemy airspace, then salutes and vanishes. They were enemies, but in that sky, they were just men. Stigler said, "I didn't have the heart to finish them." And for 40 years, no one knew the story, until the pilots met again, as old men, as brothers. No 4, the Ghost Army. They were soldiers with no weapons, painters, stage designers, sound engineers. Their mission? Trick Commander himself. Known as the Ghost Army, 1,100 creative misfits were tasked with one of World War II's strangest operations: deception. They inflated life-size rubber tanks and lined them along riversides, blasted pre-recorded battle sounds through giant speakers hidden in trucks. They forged entire radio conversations to mimic full divisions that didn't exist. Their fake army confused the Germans into believing an invasion was happening miles away from the real one. They delayed attacks, saved thousands, and disappeared without medals. Their existence was classified until the 1990s. They didn't fire a single bullet, but they won battles with illusion. No. The boy who went to war in 1915, Sidney Lewis, was just 12 years old. He should have been in school, worried about marbles or soccer, not mustard gas. But he lied about his age, joined the British Army, and somehow no one noticed. He was deployed to the Somme, one of the bloodiest battles in human history. He fired at shadows, watched grown men sob, saw bodies torn apart like paper. He later recalled the screams, the smell, the shaking hands holding a rifle too big for him. His mother discovered the truth when a newspaper printed a photo of him, helmet askew, terrified. She demanded his return. The government complied, but it was too late. The war had taken something he'd never get back: his childhood. No, the soldier who wouldn't surrender. The war ended in 1945, but for Hiro Onoda, it didn't. Stationed in the dense jungles of the Philippines, Onoda was told to never surrender unless ordered by his commander. So when leaflets fell from the sky announcing Japan's defeat, he dismissed them as enemy lies. For 29 years, he hid, lived off bananas, raided local farms, and fought shadow wars against an enemy that no longer existed. He watched decades pass, new technology, new people, but he stayed in his post, waiting. In 1904, a Japanese student ventured into the jungle to find him. The government had to locate Onoda's former commander, now an old man, and bring him back to issue a formal surrender. Only then did Onoda emerge, dressed in full uniform, rifle clean, saluted, and cried. His war lasted nearly 3 decades, but for him, it ended with honor. The soldier who carried his dead friend. Some bonds are forged in fire, others in blood. During a brutal ambush in Vietnam, 2 soldiers are separated from their unit. One is killed instantly. The other refuses to leave his side. Over the next 48 hours, he carries his fallen friend on his back. Through gunfire, through mud, through jungle. He could have saved himself, but every step he took was for the one who couldn't. When a rescue chopper finally found him, he collapsed beside the body and said, "He wasn't just a soldier, he was my brother." That story, buried in a veteran's journal, wasn't meant to be famous, but it was real. And in that moment, war wasn't about countries. It was about one man carrying another, because that's what brothers do. These weren't just stories, they were lives. Moments of courage, insanity, and deep humanity, hidden in the ashes of war. And now you've heard them. If this left a mark on you, subscribe. We're not here for clicks. We're here to honor the forgotten.